Hello and welcome to Blackout Gaming TV. I am HiGPS. With me today is a man I haven't seen in a while. Or actually, I've never seen you. I've just seen pictures. It's Sigafoo!
You've seen me in your dreams. Hey,
Yeah,
GPS, how's it going?
Not in person, but yeah, in person in dreams. Yeah, totally. I'm totally seeing you there.
I'm exposing you out in the real world now. Everybody knows your secret. Everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, so how you doing today, GPS?
I'm doing great. Just had some food. Had some time to relax. Getting ready to cast this game. Got PremTech, which is a team that wasn't always in Prem, but it's in their name, so it's good to see them here. We also got Stacked, which is not Stacked, because they changed their roster a lot, but it's still pretty strong. Pretty much like the favorite player of mine on Stacked is Sorex. He's just an incredible scout, and he did so much work when there was the Halloween update and you couldn't get heal off the cart. On Scout on defense there, he just killed people left and right, man, but I think that's been fixed since then. So that is not going to be the case here. Yeah. We also got two good sniper. We got Ruhi, long-time veteran, kind of. Been playing Counter-Strike for God knows how many years. Extremely solid. He always goes for the opening. He's like, oh yeah, I can make that shot, and he goes in and he makes that shot. He's never like, oh, I'm going to try and do something. He always knows. Then we also got Tutorial. He's had a couple of moments of glory over at X Television as well. Pretty good. Used to be a spy, I think, so he isn't like super clean sniper, but as clean as you get, I guess. And then we have other players. Ascendary might be worth noticing. Pretty good pyro. Beep also. Pretty good pyro. A lot of these players are good, but setup time doesn't allow me to go through everyone.
Yeah, so I got the engineer setting up over on the right hill here, with actually a backwards teleporter, which I'm assuming is going to take him to the second point.
Yeah.
This is kind of the one of the two styles you can play as engineer. This style is more the passive style. You're kind of like just giving up the first point, maybe like a Swiftwater or something like that, where you don't really hold it too hard. And it's going to be pretty easy for them to push the point because they actually don't have anybody in this left house, which is where I personally like to build because you can get some actually pretty good holds on first if you do it properly. But we'll see here as the gates are about to go down.
Let's see, are there any jumpers right off the bat? Dr. Phil not running the Keeper. Dr. Phil being pretty standard player. Let's see here. We got both spies here running past each other. They actually touched backs there. See, they're moving up, and yeah, so far pretty slow start. No rush as of yet. Both teams have full Uber, of course. Been set up time and all that stuff. So let's see how they do this. As the cart is moving forward.
Looks like they got the soldier and scout holding the left house, trying to slow down the cart when it does eventually get through. The soldier on top of the little roof air, and then here comes in the Uber, Pyro Uber, being air blasted back. Counter Uber comes out for the red team. Both teams trying to do their best. Gun is barely staying alive, finally does go down. Red Heavy is able to take out the Pyro there, and Spy missing all of his backstabs as Ubers get exchanged, but the cart's still being captured. As there is some contesting being on the cart, we'll see if they're able to push it through here. As a demo man for Blue is pushing up pretty far. He's actually might get caught out. No, he's going to stay alive here as a soldier, and they're just going to give up first and get that stronghold on second.
Yeah, Juso there also doing some cleanup work. Yeah, that was a well-spent Uber. That's pretty much a textbook on how you do it on a fair Uber advantage. Or disadvantage, should I say, because neither team had an advantage. They were pretty equal, so they went in, they spent the Uber, got the sentry, and then got the ground. And red team just kind of had to get out of there. Of course, as the Wharf did get taken out, Nursey stayed alive, so there's a big Uber advantage for the defenders. So we might be seeing some more pressure coming out of the Blues here. Maybe the Soldier and Demo are key class to look at. I'm watching on Damn Easy. He's just looking around the side. Not going to be able to go through there because Maito, he's finished, I think, means milk, was on him with the sticks.
And here comes the cart around the corner. Actually, Red Medic has a full charge ready to go. Gun does go down, actually, to Dr. Phil. I believe he came from that L area or somewhere. And actually, a lot of kills going down in Blue's favor. The defenders, I mean, they do have an overcharge, but they are down 4 people. Gun is not in a position covering the cart. So slowly, this is being pushed forward. They are at a height advantage, so the demo can put down. And actually, Uber gets forced, and the medic is going through the backside of the point. Scout running around back there does go down. But that Uber was basically completely wasted, and here comes a cart being pushed for free, nothing being contested. Engineer grabs his gun, but he goes down as well as the demo man is pushing through here. Here comes the Blue with a charge ready to go, and it is popped off. What are you seeing, GPS?
I'm seeing that they're moving forward with the Uber here. They got a lot of ground. Got to be careful about the Spy, though. He gets spotted. Carl Lotso, 25, not going to be able to do too much. Sniper and the Soldier a bit out of position here. Sniper gets caught out. He's going to be left with the Spy, who revolvers him down. That is HRGDD. HR Hard, okay? That's his name. I was going to try and be clever, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it was almost there. And see, like, this is they went for a really strong second hold, but they ended up playing so passively. You know, they popped the Uber instead of taking it into the other team, trying to do something with it. They just backed up, and then the other team had an Uber, so it's like they had the attackers had such a better Uber because they weren't forced off early that they got third point for free off of it. You know, I kind of question their decision to pop, you know, once they got forced just to run away, you know, and they basically give up third free. But here comes the infamous fourth point, which is the final point, and it's so hard to push into because there's so many different angles that you have to worry about and take care of when you do push in here.
Yeah, both teams have full Uber as well, so, I mean, you can never really get a good angle on this point. It's more like you just grab whatever you can, get a tiny advantage here and there, because this point is as hard to attack as it is easy to defend, because that's like the opposite, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm smart like that. And yeah, they like the Sniper can't really go in. Ruhi can't go in and get the job done. He gets taken up by Shadowburn, gets a double kill with him and a Sentry. So nice blockage there. They're going to try and go on through the left-hand side. Where is the gun? The gun is only minis, so they're going to have to spend his Uber getting the high ground. And oh, here we go. Tudo.
Dumb actually caught in there.
Yeah, Tutorial taking down the heavy there, so losing a lot of players here. Blue team not doing too well.
Soldier in on the medic here. He's going to try to get a couple rockets off, brings out his melee, and Spy's around the medic, but he's going to get spotted out by that Pyro. As we're going to get a reset here, you know. 3 minutes for the first 3 points. Really strong time here, but as you said, this is easy point to defend, hard point to push, however you want to put it. And to me, they made a mistake in there pushing that mid-platform area. You know, you need to take the high ground when you're pushing in. Either you need to push in through that balcony area where the red team is currently holding, or do you need to push in through the lockers, the left-hand side. Again, either is a high ground, but they're not really doing either, so they're just kind of sitting here. They're going to slowly take ground as they're trying to rebuild up their Uber, as they're pushing through main and actually getting the cart a little bit of the ways there. Pyro in, trying to do something, he gets taken out, but yeah, it's kind of interesting just taking a lot of free ground because the combo's just right above them.
Yeah. Like you said, hard to push here. Oh, Maito gets taken out. That's an opening frag there, getting the Sniper as well. That is some scout work, I believe, that's been being done here. Susie, the Flying Raccoon, gets Ubered. Counter Uber popped as well. Pyro's doing some air blasting. Let's see here. Blue is going to have the Uber faded first, but are they able to rebound off of this? They're lacking some numbers. And they lost their demo, and Dr. Phil, he went down. They only have their heavy alive, and the Spy's just getting into positions here. Red Spy gets spotted and covered in Girardi, so interesting to see Ruhi's not running the Razorback, because I guess he realized they need the extra damage to push through this point here, as it's pretty brutal to do so.
Yeah, again, they kind of got caught out in the main lower area, again, trying to take a push through on the lower side, not trying to take high ground through the push, and again, it just got completely stuffed. So now the heavy man and demo are trying to push up the stairs, trying to take some ground, force the red out of the upper area, and actually the mech is getting a little bit damaged. Nursey down to 80 HP, does get a med pack there to get healed up slightly, but that high ground now, that balcony area is, well, they did push out the red team, but they kind of just backed out themselves as both teams are sitting with the Uber, and here comes the blue team coming through the main area, trying to hold off as long as they can. Heavy caught out. He gets taken out. Demo gets taken out. Med in a bad position. Pyro in on the medic. Gets a flare. Forces the medic. Blue pops their Uber, but with nothing on a engineer running up the stairs with the Pyro. But they're not going to be able to do anything with this, as they're going to have to wait another 60 seconds before they can push it again, unless, I don't know, they get a miracle to happen.
Yeah, I was hoping Sorix would be able to get a fix on the enemy medic there, but Freaky from PremTech made sure that that didn't happen, but never mind. Damn Easy coming in and getting a nice force on the red medic there, giving Asdaworf the advantage. Once again, it's a small advantage. They might be able to push on this, unless Asdaworf gets forced or picked off himself. You got to be careful, but you don't want to be too careful. You do want to keep the pressure up. You don't want to give, the defending team any leverage to move out at their own pace. Let's see, here comes the Pyro. Oh, they actually got Ascendier. That's a pretty big pick. That means no air blast for the enemy.
Yeah, and it looks like they're taking a lot of ground off of it right now. Demoman getting popped back. Freaky doing a lot of work this game, staying alive. But here comes the Uber right away, going in onto the medic. Medic is running all the way back to the spawn.
Stabbed the Demo Man. Wow, never thought I'd see that. As
and actually, yep, so go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they cleaned up shop pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of players alive for the defenders, but the cart is moving. Oh, now it's stopped. They got ×2, and it's getting awfully close to the point here. Red's starting to lose numbers, very low in health. Just a sniper left. Oh! Tutorial with some clutch headshots there. And then Uber just saved the day, taking out Ruhi there as well. Yeah, that cart is awfully close.
Yeah, this is in spy cap range. You can see the combo's already kind of playing around it. We'll see if they readjust to a more forward position. If they keep playing passive like this, they're going to, it's not going to work out in their favor because they're going to just get pushed into. The Uber was much more effective. I mean, the medic, Nursey, did a good surf getting back to the spawn area and keeping alive so that he could get that pop off to kind of save it here as we're getting a reset. But we got stacked here with the, 40% Uber advantage, so they should be pushing in the next 5 seconds here. Let's see where they are getting ready. They're pushing in from the lockers area, but they are being contested by Shadow. Uber is going to pop off here. It's a quick fix, I'm sorry, with the Demo Man dropping in, but he's going to get caught out heavy and demoed down. And the medic isn't healing anybody right now. And I got to question that decision going to the quick fix. You know, I know some people like to force. Like, you know, you want to get that pop off early, but I think quick fix on payload is almost never a good idea. And now you're going to have the Uber ready to go for the defense here as the medic didn't go down. So he's stuck on quick fix on offense here against an Uber charge.
Well, quick fix is good if the enemy team doesn't have a level 3 sentry, and Cobbs is running the mini sentry, so they could potentially just use that. But they gotta zone it pretty good. They gotta just slowly inch their way forward and just abuse the fact that they can take more damage without dying. And also not really rely on that overheal, so it's more like the medic has to stay close and be really careful on which person to heal when you go in, because it's kind of like stay in and take damage kind of minigun. It's really hard to pull off in a successful manner. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean,
they're gonna go through the side here. So it's gonna be quick fix versus Uber. Oh no, but Susie the Flying Raccoon gets taken out, so they lose their heavy. It's gonna be hard to push without it. Let's see if they try to do anyway, because they could get an Uber force off. Oh, here comes the Pyro. Actually gets the force out. That's nice work by Beep there. Pyro forcing the enemy medic. Now Asdorf got the advantage here. Only left with the Dr. Phil, the demo.
Yeah, and actually a bunch of players went down.
Oh, the heavy's caught out. Sorex doing some cleanup work. They're getting a crucial pick at the right time, and they're going to go in with this quick fix area. It's popped, and he's going to spend it on the engineer and the dispenser. Might be wanting to look to stick up the spawn though. Their tutorial getting bullied out of there as Dr. Phil has a lot of stickies there. Nice air blasts. Buys themselves a lot of time, and this looks like it's going to be the cap. 10 minutes and 32 seconds.
What would you say for that time? Do you think it's good or average or?
I'd say it's an opener time. I think we will be seeing shorter times after this, hopefully. That is usually pretty common lately in Highlander, at least in Europe, where the first round's always the longest, and then they just get progressively shorter as rounds go on because the teams like figure out what the other teams are doing, maybe copying some strats, countering the strats, stuff like that. Let's see what Mista decides to do. He has teleporter on the low ground and maybe a teleporter where doesn't look like he's... Has he built a backwards teleporter, or is that just
Yes, he did. He built it by the med pack on the backside of second. Which is kind of an interesting place to go because, you know, you want to... The point of second is generally to hold that upper area, but I have seen engineers, and I've actually myself held the lower area on second. It's actually decently effective, especially because it kind of splits the combo, or splits the... where the damage goes, because you have damage that goes to your gun, but your combo's above, so, you know, you kind of get that fact to it. But again, not seeing this house being held besides, you know, kind of players. You kind of see that in North America. The last time it was played, it was a pretty common thing, but here we come out. We'll see if we have any early bombs. Direct hit coming out, jumping on top of the rock, but guns being wrangled and rockets are being reflected here as we're just kind of seeing the start of the game happen. Cart being pushed as no medic out yet, so they're not going to do an early pop like Stack did, and we'll kind of just see how much they can get for free before the medic comes out.
Yeah, I think like Stack did well in just bringing their medic out pretty early and just going in with an Uber because they were able to get the gun. I mean, you can lose a lot of time if you try to like spare your Uber and try to force their Uber, because you usually spend more time on that than you just go in Ubering your own, triggering their Uber. Looks like that's what they're going to do. They have lost Incendiary and their scout there. And they're just looking to get the numbers. Looks like the Heavy's going to come in last here. So first the demo in first. The Pirate's just going to air blast back. And here comes the response. Uber, not the most effective here. Stack did a much better job on the first point, sending in their Pyro first to just do the air blasting against air blasting. But it looks like the red team is giving up the cliff, actually. They did lose their demo. So there's a lot
it looks like they're already backing out. Engineer just wrangling to soak up damage right now. Heavy, Susie just kind of taking a good angle to spam the corner. Demo Man finally getting around the corner. He's trying to peek that gun, but he's caught out right now. Goes down to the scout. And, yeah, didn't drink his milk today because he was pretty weak right there. Boom, right there. Pun of the day. All right. And, yeah, the red team actually recovered pretty well there as they're going to continue to hold the hill. And that's, yeah, I mean, if you can hold this point for any time more than just one push, like, you're already doing your job. Like, that's what you want out of this point. And Blue's struggling here, though. They do have a very, very slight Uber advantage.
Yeah, they could potentially do something with this. Let's see here, Freaky coming up. They're going to have an Uber. Heavy first. Going to do a lot of damage. Nice combined sap there, taking out the gun pretty easily. Let's see if they're able to bounce off on top of this Uber here. Both Ubers are faded. Medics are dead even in Uber charge, so to say. And it looks like the, whoa, was that? Yeah, Juice is running the Sandman and the Cleaver. It's an interesting choice of loadout. Can definitely do a lot of damage with that, getting those critical hits on that Cleaver when they're stunned. Oh, look at Carlozzo. Oh, I think he got spotted. Yeah, he got spotted, so he's not going to be able to do too much. Can't be sneaky when you've been oh, I thought he was uncloaked. But yeah, he's just going to hang out down here. Let's see what he decides to do. Getting by here. He's really the player to watch. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the drop on the medic here. Oh, no, I get spotted. Get taken out. Not going to happen.
I just want to call out Damn Easy, the soldier for Stacked. He did a good job. He stayed behind by the cart for a long time. So this cart is just finally getting to the point where it stops, has to relocate and stuff like that. That saved his team like an extra 30 seconds just because he stopped anybody from even moving the cart. You know, and it allowed his team to get completely set up here because no one got forward because he was the one holding by the cart and they had to deal with him before they even got through here. So we got even Ubers right now. We'll see if they're, looks like they're getting ready to push through. They might go through that L area, but it's being trapped off by the Demo Man in the upper.
Yeah, Carlozzo's using the Spicicle. Not as effective. Oh, that was a very good sap there. What happened to the Engineer? Oh, yeah, that was actually Juso taking him out. Oh, gets the Cleaver off and finishes him off with a nice meat shot. Really getting that loadout to work for him. Helps if you have as good aim as he does. Shadowburn, a bit of a spy hunt's going to smack this spy with the whip and then kill them both with the rocket.
Some nice pipes coming out in the cart there, getting some decent damage, but that was a really good job pushing that cart during the actual push and taking out the combo, taking down numbers, because that's one of the problems if you focus too much on getting kills and not as much as taking ground. It forced the other team to have to back off on defense because the cart was about to be capped. You know, there's no way you could hold forward in that circumstance, even when they kind of got some kills at the end there. But they are going to try to get a decent third hold here, which we didn't see at all from the last round here, but 6 minutes left on the clock. And
oh, a soldier bomb from Damn Easy, killing Nursey. Killing the medic. That was an excellent job there, maintaining their advantage here by keeping Asda alive. And Susie is spun up there, so that means any counter jumps from Shadowburn is going to be pretty tough. Although I do think he's going to go and make an attempt there to kill the medic. He's getting into position. He's getting awfully high, and he's using the exhibit loadout worth of heals. So he can heal while he heals. Oh, the Uber has been popped. So, yeah, I guess not a force is going to happen there.
Yeah, and that cart is right next to the point. I mean, they're not going to hold this. Oh, Soldier over the top! Takes down the medic as well. Nursey gets taken down to it. We'll do it right back at you here. As Nursey's going to have a nice 30 to 40% advantage pushing into this final point. But, oh, I speak too soon as they weren't actually able to cap that. But they should be able to take ground easily with no heals on the defense side.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage there. A lot of numbers missing. However, Nursey has a 50% Uber advantage. And they can try to push this, soft push this, and then finish off the soft push with an Uber as it completes. But they gotta be careful. Oh, Mato gets a nice kill on Susie. Ruhi is taken out by a spy off camera as well, so that's no sniper and heavy. Losing their scout and Freaky though, that's gonna hurt. And the cart's already moving backward. You just
Soldier
another
medic!
bomb.
Wow.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I just no. I mean, I was just calling it as I was seeing it. That was crazy. All of a sudden, out of the top of my screen, I just see the soldier falling down, putting 2 rockets before even the first, or sorry, putting the second rocket before even the first one hit. And Red, again, holding this point. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left on this clock.
Sabotage from Tutorial headshots the engineer just as the spy's about to sap the gun, making the gun then shoot the spy there. So a bit of a sabotage unintentionally there.
Yeah, we got the defense medic is going to have a full charge here, 60% advantage over the offense. As, yeah, Scout getting plus forwarding onto the demo man, and no demo, that's going to make it hard to take ground. That card actually also fell back down the hill in the meantime here, so that's going to be a little bit harder to push forward. But they're stacking the cart really hard, but the red mech has Uber, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing it here. Spy on the medic! Oh my goodness! Down he goes, charge drop, gun down, and actually, what a turn of fate here, as there's only 3 alive right now, rolling into the last here. And Nursey did go down in that exchange, but there is still only 1 alive. Forward ground being taken, 3 spawns coming up here. Sniper around the corner, but he's going to get spotted out by Shadowburn and being kept in spawn. Is he going to get sniped on the demo? No, he's not here, and just the respawns coming up, but they're taking a lot of ground. Spy behind the cart. Wow. He's going to be able to make a play.
Ascendery. Really nice pyro play, just denial. He's just using the flamethrower, making sure they know that he's there and that they can't pass. And yeah, there you go. Faster time than last round. First point goes to PremTech.
Clutch spy right there.
Yeah.
That stab changed everything, because as soon as that stab went down, everybody got hyper aggressive on offense, which is exactly what you want to do, and then they just took ground ahead of where they were. They didn't allow the spawns to get out, which is like, that's how you want to play Barn Blitz. If you can play it properly, once you get a wipe on the team, you want to get and camp their spawns, because pushing, like getting out of the spawns of last, if you're spawn camping them, is so hard because there's only 2 exits. And really good job out of that was PremTech.
Yeah, very good
taking
job
that down.
Clutch stab, clutch drop, and it's kind of like Jenga. You took one piece out, and then everything else just fell apart. We got the stats working here. Big shout out to Ari for working in the background here, making sure we got stuff working after every update breaks everything. Top damaging this round was Dr. Phil. The demo for stack there. Top kills though, Ruhi and Tutorial, both the snipers on solid 8s. Sorix and Shadowburn on 9s, and there was, who was the last guy? Yeah, Hard with 9 kills. So it was like 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. So pretty even there on the top fragger list. Looks like someone is reconnecting. That looks like to be the it's either a scout or wait, Tutorial is missing. Is he? Yeah, Tutorial's missing. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, you went into spec, it looks like. But yeah, wow, that was you know, I think the words are coming out of my mouth of, I don't think PremTech can do this. I don't think they have a chance. I mean, the medic has full charge. You're trying to push up around the hill. You know, they're about to pop it off and stop your third push, and then just like that, they get the kill on the medic. They take third. They push into last. They spawn camp, and they get, you know, probably one of the easiest 4th pushes we'll see all night tonight. So
yeah.
So was there any standout players that you saw?
I gotta give big shout outs to the soldiers for both teams, Shadowburn and Damn Easy. They did some really good bombs, and also I have to say, of course, the spy Carlozzo 25. He had some really good timings and some really awful timings, but he had more of the good timings, I think.
Well, I think spy is like the inherent nature is you're going to have those bad timings, but it's the question of, can you have the great timings at the same, you know, like in the same game?
Like the thing is, at this level of play, if you play spy and you don't have any kind of distraction, you're going to get spotted every time, and you're not going to get a single kill, pretty much, unless you can like just pick off weakened targets with your revolver. But sometimes there's always downtime, and you kind of have to run in, and if you run out of cloak, well, you got to make the most of it. So. We haven't seen the spies do all that well, but we've seen, especially Carlozzo, I gotta say him, like that one drop at the crucial time when it mattered the most. It looks like Tutorial is back in the game, out of spec, and we're getting ready here. Hopefully. So who's your man of this first round here we saw?
I definitely think I would go with Carlozzo myself, just not only because of like the timing of it, but he also had really good timing with helping his team take down the sentry guns, which is always crucial. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think as a spy, I think that can be like one of the easiest and hardest things to do is to make sure that you get yourself in a position that you can sap the gun when your team is pushing. Because if you get caught out too early, too soon, if your cloak runs down, all that different stuff that goes on, you basically make it so that your team has to focus the gun, and like there's so much more you have to do. But if you can get a sap on the gun, that makes the push so much easier. And then probably I would also just give a call out to all around to the flank of stacked the scout and soldier like Shadowburn and JW I don't know, but for pushing the cart and the engineer as well, because they did a really good job of moving that cart with their pushes, which is like so critical. I think a lot of teams forget that sometimes. Like this is a payload map. It's about pushing the cart. If you don't push the cart, you don't win the game. And people want to chase frags and stuff like that, and they did a really good job of balancing out that, of taking the cart when they were chasing frags. So I think it's just on both those fronts of their pushes were so clean. I mean, they kind of messed some of them up, but when they went right, they went like extremely right. I was pretty impressed by Prem there.
Yeah. Can also talk about the map a little bit in case there's some new viewers that's like, hey, isn't this map usually snowy? And why is there a door here? And why can't they see through this chicken wire that used to be here? That's because this is a competitive version of the map. To flow a bit better, I mean, the last point isn't as hard to push. You can see this area here where after the third point, a lot wider. It's not as choky, and you also have another entrance here because before you just have the high ground and the middle door and the left-hand side here, which isn't all that great even though it's on the high ground. So I think it flows a bit better. Definitely could use some improvements because this point is still way too easy to defend compared to if you get your setup correct here, then it's hard to break. If your setup is not done, like what happened in the last push where pretty much everything fell apart on the third point, it's alright to cap. But if there's a full defense there, it's so hard to get that angle. However, they did move the spawns down. Usually the spawn is upstairs, but they removed that completely and put that down there instead, so it's a bit easier to contain. You saw some good spawn contain during the pushes here as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the thing I'd say is for pushing last, and, I hope to see this, when we're kind of coming into these next couple rounds, is that, I kind of was like, saying it over and over again, but really taking high ground is important, and then hitting 2 points at the same time. Like, that's what you need to do. You can't allow the team to focus down one area during the push into the last. It's kind of similar. I mean, this is like, just like, that's why this is a little bit harder of a last to push into, because it does require a coordination. Like you can't just go like, all right, we're just gonna push in this one area and it's gonna work out like you can do with pretty much any other payload map. And so it's like the last round we saw like the soldier usually camps in this like lockers area, kind of in the top left hand side. And if you take this over and you kind of just see, if you just stand at the like outlook of this, you get to see the entire point. You can spam down onto the entire point from that area. And so if you have someone coming out from there, and then you have someone coming out from the other hand side, like directly across from it, above the big med pack, the little ramp area, you now have two heights, like you have two high grounds that you're pushing through at the same time, and they're splitting their focus. There's no way they can shoot at both at the same time. So, I mean, obviously we're waiting here right now. Looks like they're getting a little antsy just as we are, but, that's what I hope is that last point, it's all about coordination. It's all about pushing together. And I didn't really see that with the was it Stacked pushing into last there, who actually had to push in a few times before they got it. They just always, if you saw it, they only pushed in like one area, and that's easy to counter. It's easy to kite Ubers because there's so much space in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless you do a successful death ball, which is really, really scary because soldiers and demos kind of obliterate if you ever do a death ball strat where you just go together and just it's like a big clump of damage and you just everybody does chip damage. It can work.
Yep.
Hardly ever seen. Requires a lot of shotgun on a lot of classes.
You see that like in kind of like a suicide wave kind of an idea.
Yeah.
Like you just like send everybody through. The point is they're going to die. But just as we're saying that, here comes life happening again as we get on to the next round.
Yeah, so I wonder if they're going to do the switcheroos, of course. PremTech having match point already up around in this best of 3. So we're going to switch teams and then switch teams again. So I think PremTech is going to be attacking again. That's what it looks like. And Stacked is going to be defending again. So Stacked is going to beat the time that PremTech is setting. So let's see here. Mista's already had a backwards teleporter because it's this late. Let's see, did you put it in the same spot? Where did he put it? Let's find the teleport. Oh, there it is. I found the teleporter, Sigafoo. Children,
Did you find that? Where's
let's go on an adventure. Let's find the sentry. Can you spot it? There it is.
Oh, I find it. What a weird spot. That seems like a really bad spot. I mean, for if you're gonna only use it initially, but I mean, like as soon as this gate opens up right above it, the drop down, like they're gonna kill it right away. I don't know. I don't know about that spot, but I guess if you just want a spot that's like you use it one time. Anyways, interesting. I have not seen any of this backwards teleport stuff. I've done a few times myself, but not as much because I figure I'm just gonna die on first. And I know sometimes I like to get it set up a teleporter from the second point ahead of time. But here we go. The game is live as the card is being pushed up. We're not we have not seen any bombs yet today, so it looks like both teams kind of just opting to take the early. But as I say, the Delman, no, he stops short.
Now, Carlotto, they're getting the stab on the Pyro there. That's got to be embarrassing. Also getting the Engineer off the Sentry, but nobody's really pressuring it. Here he comes once again. I think he's going to go for a sap. Yeah, there we go, but nobody is attacking as the gun gets sapped here, and the gun gets repaired, and Carlotto gets repelled by Susie and the minigun that the class carries. Let's see, Mato here. Is he going to go for a bomb? It doesn't look like it. I was hoping he would. Uber coming in. Finally sending the Pyro in the front and not really getting the Uber. Switching the Uber off to the Demo Man on the side here, trying to get this cap. Dr. Phil defending it pretty good. They do get the cap, however.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about earlier about how, like, if you don't have enough pressure in that house area, you can get the cap for free. Now the Delman's actually caught out here. Dr. Phil does go down. They were able to grab the Sentry Gun and bring it up to the second point here, so that backwards teleport is going to help them get set up. Soldier in on the mech, tries to hit the air shot, is not able to hit it as Nursey was down to 71 health. Definitely would have died if he did connect on it. As we are starting to get reset here, but the offense does have about a 30% Uber advantage going to the second point as the ding, ding, ding happens as the cart rotates. We'll see if they're going to go off of it, because you have to basically, with 20% advantage, you have to go right away, else there's no advantage.
Yeah. Gotta go right away. It's just Shadowburn leaping ahead already. He's on the flank here doing some splash damage onto the gun there. And also, Shadowburn runs into Ruhi. Ruhi probably didn't spot him there. Here comes the Uber up on the top. The gun gets picked up. Oh, but Carlotto is in on him. Oh, he's chasing him. And he takes out the Engineer and saps the gun.
Damn easy behind the combo. Actually jumps on the mech, does take him down on the Demo Man now. Takes him down, cleaning up the frags after that Uber. And this cart is very, very close. Engineer actually on the cart. Heavy does take down the Soldier, and they're slowly pushing forward. They actually might be able to sneak.
Oh no!
Soldier
the medic's caught out! With the barely not making it.
24 HP.
Yeah, grabbing a health kit, staying alive. That was really, really close. I think if,
they should be able to cap this.
Yeah, they should. Here comes the Scout Juso, clearing out Dr. Phil, throwing the Mad Milk in the back of his teammate there. So just walks in front of him. They will.
I don't know if those suicides are worth it.
Headshot from Rui, taking out the Demo, buying themselves some precious seconds.
The Demo and Heavy just suicided to try to slow down that card on second. I guess, I mean, they're both still down for another 3 to 4 seconds. If the combo for the offense here can get out ahead of themselves. Emergency is down right now. Died to Damn Easy again. And I guess, you know, I don't know. It's like I feel like they're going to have a hard time. But I don't know if holding that close, suiciding yourself to hold that second point was worth it. Spam, but, you know, don't die. I don't know. But here they come in on the second point, or sorry, the third point here with gun up. They're all holding around, clumped up in that corner. It's pretty spammable if you get the right angle here. And here comes the Demo Man getting down, takes down the Engineer. Uber does get forced out here on the Pyro and Heavy, but they're not able to really find anybody besides the Scuff.
Let's see here. Tutorial trying to make some shots. He's on good place on the high ground. Oh, gets the headshot on the medic. Just where he needed to be. Let's see, can he pick up anyone else? Oh, he's on fire. Beep burned him up into a nice little crisp. So yeah, that well, he got the medic. That's pretty good. Nursey at a good Sue and 100% Uber. This is starting to look good for PremTech here.
Yeah, they're taking ground right now. I mean, but this is also good for Stack because kind of similar what we saw last round where it's like you lost third and then you instantly lost fourth. They are at least going to get a setup on fourth here since the cart is still a little bit a ways, but here comes the Uber actually ready to go as they say that Delman. I don't think they know where the combo is. They're focusing down the gun. Does take it out right away, but the combo is directly behind them. Soldier above them as well, putting down spam. Pyro is able to get one reflect, but he goes down right away, and that was not a very good Uber, as they were only able to take out a gun and then just basically run away with the tail between their legs. Scout W1 on the heavy, taking him out as well, as the defense here is now going to have a nice about 40% Uber advantage after all is said and done.
Yeah, I've been witnessing some weird chases here. Kalatsu being a master of just escaping the others here when he really shouldn't. You can see here Sorix out on the side gets caught out by the Pyro, a bit low in health. He's burning, gets taken out by Cobbs, the engineer.
Nursey actually went down there to Dr. Phil just after that exchange, so now Red's going to have a full charge advantage, so we'll see if they're going to get aggressive with it, but I'm guessing they're going to kind of sit back here as we are getting to this last hold again. Get to see if they can properly push it.
Yeah, we will see. They have a pretty strong hold there, deciding to keep the combo upstairs, which is going to make it hard for PremTech to push this kind of top-heavy stacked upper area here. We also got the Scout and the Spy on the flank there. See, Tutorial is going to be peeking there. I'd say Ruhi, is he exposed?
Yeah, the medic gets the force right there. Freaking doing a nice job. Red is going to push out with the Uber. They're going to try chase, but they're not finding really any kills.
Tutorial there had the opportunity to take down the sentry. It's being actually body protected by Ruhi there. So nice call by Ruhi, noticing that his engineer died and protecting the gun and actually counter sniping. So Ruhi keeping the engineers at building alive through some heroic sacrifice there, taking a shot to the head. Freaky coming in very low on health. Uber is flashed on him, getting juggled ahead. It's going to be nice work on the sentry, getting taken out though.
Oh, Sorix on the medic, chasing him down, does take down Nursey. And again, I don't know, they're pushing in with these Ubers, and it only seems like they have like 2 or 3 people in on it. Dr. Phil does go down to the Scout, and now he's in on the medic, but the Heavy's going to catch him out. He's going to be able to do it, tries to get one shot.
63
so close,
health on the
Pyro.
medic.
Wow. But they're taking ground, only 4 alive for defense, so they just get all these respawns, but just as they say that hard, it's a nice 2K on the cart. And Uber does come off as they are chasing with the Scout onto the medic. The twirls are real as the Scout does take him down with the help. I'm sorry, that's a Spy Scout there. As wow, the aggression out of the defense here, just cleaning up the kills, as just kind of getting split off. Yeah.
Sorix and Juzo having a bit of a crazy scout battle here. Sorix crazy into enemy territory, now taking out Tutorial. This is exactly the area where Sorix is really, really good. He's really dangerous. If you're alone with him in areas like these, he's going to get a lot of kills here. Let's see. Oh, is he going to pick off another? Oh, he's being it's a Pyro. It's very hard to do, but he's still around. Let's see. They have a teleporter up. Well, he spots the sniper. He's just going to start and waste his time. Surprised that the sniper just doesn't take the teleport and get out of there. Let's see, Scout on Scout action back in the base, not where the action is happening. This is some MGE stuff, and Juzo comes out on top. Back to the action.
Dillman down on offense again here as he's trying to spam around the corner. So Dr. Phil's using that to peek the corner, get some stickies off. As the health is a little bit, well, I shouldn't say low, but there wasn't a lot of overbust there. But just kind of waiting up as, again, they have the Uber charge ready, but Susie goes down there to Tutorial, and Susie does a good job. Tutorial trying to do a miracle shot, running up around the corner, does get taken down right away as we have Uber's charge even here. Looks like the combo's going to be pushing through lockers. Finally have a few more people in here. Demoman almost gets dropped. Uber charges off for defense as well. Engineer on the cart, but not a lot of frags coming down to either side right now. Gun way in the back, still up. Conqueror up, gets one rocket onto the medic, but not able to get that down. Demoman by himself now, 70 HP by the med pack, and again, another failed push on the offense here.
Well, beeps in on the medic, just burns him, and then stays alive for a surprising amount of time here, getting really nice backup here from Damn Easy, but Freaky coming in and putting an end to that streak, killing Damn Easy as well. Just mowing down everything, and not a lot of people alive here. Let's see if the blue team is able to keep the red numbers low before their respawn waves hit. This is what they need to do if they want to get that little edge. They need to push into last here. Let's see if they're able to do so. Respawn wave happening in a couple of seconds. And
one thing I'll just... You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
is the engineer. He's been building his teleporter pretty aggressive in the line of spy on the medic. Oh, wow. Pyro got his icicle. So he wasn't able to get a kill on the medic. And actually, a few kills coming down here in Blue's favor. As Delman, though, overexposed, and he's going to go down. But, and the actually Soldier, damn easy on the medic. Pyro doing a good job air blasting, reflecting, and able to keep Nursey alive for once against the Soldier. As damn easy. Oh no, over the top! In on Nursey! Gets one rocket, he's going for a second! Oh, but a nice shotgun out of the Pyro there. Doing his job, and Nursey's gonna stay alive here. Getting his charge ready to go. And Spy gets spotted out here. But, you know, pushing this last point, having to teleport up is really important, and the Engineer's been having a little bit of an aggressive teleporter, and keeps going down. If he placed a little bit more passive, he probably would have it up non-stop, because the Spy doesn't seem to be going for it. I know, I'd kind of like to see that out of him.
Yeah, if the Spy's not stepping your buildings or not stabbing your sniper, you can definitely do some other stuff with your buildings a bit more safer, because it seems like Hard is really trying to go for picks. So speaking of picks, getting the stab on Mato as he just literally flies into his face. And yeah, getting that pick, so that's no demo for the attackers there. Darcy has a slight uber advantage. They might want to look into soft pushing this, because they are about even in numbers. Neither team has an uber advantage. And let's see what they do here. Heavy's exchanging fire. Looks like Freaky is the one taking the majority of the damage there. Some nice whip work coming in from Shadowburn. Can't really get the fix on him. Damn easy. Putting on some pressure, making sure they just can't get out of there. Slight uber advantage here. Tutorial with a kill on Mista. That is no engineer, and he's going to be working on this gun once again. He's going to get interrupted. Just a tad too late from Too Easy. The gun goes down, and this is a big deal for Blue Team here. Look at this, 95% uber. We're going to have 100% any second now. And then they're just going to go in and try and get as much ground as possible. Let's see if they need to act quickly, though. If they want to get this done.
Yeah, Hard taking out Tutorial there on this side. PremTech's doing a little bit better job here on offense, kind of attacking from two different angles. You saw it being slightly effective. That last Uber, again, they pushed in with like 3 people at the same time from the same angle, and it got completely shut down. Kind of post-Uber, actually, here comes the Uber got popped. Looks on the outside, Nursey got forced. Uber comes out from the defense here. It's going to do some cleanup here as Freaky Incendiary goes down. Uber gun is back alive, and again, just nothing can really come off here. Pyro Beep, very aggressive, taking down the teleporter here, doing some work. He's going to get taken down by the mini sentry. Spy in on and takes down Nursey. Gets actually a nice 2K there, taking out the engineer as well. And yeah, PremTech just can't seem to find the feet underneath them to get anywhere in this.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty hard. I mean, they were able to get like this miracle push last time, but they're just not getting the drop that they needed. So they're gonna have to rely on dry pushing this, I think, because it seems like even though they have an uber advantage, they wait a bit too long, and they don't. They seem like they aren't aware of how much they can ground they can actually take. Let's see here, Maito trying to get something going. They're not really committing as much as I hoped they would. They seem to just be, they seem to be looking for an opening, but I don't think there is one. And when there's no opening, you make one. So that's what you got to do. You just got to try to really. Well, if they got a tough defense, you got to be tough on the attack as well. You can't just really wait for a pick, because they've gotten a few picks, but they haven't been able to play off of them. And then you got to play off no picks, I guess. It's a bit tougher to do. Not a lot of teams are used to doing that. Oh, yeah. Damn easy. Just walks up to Nursey and kills the medic. Ouch.
Engineer in on the medic, and Demo Man Pyro as well gets the force off on the combo there. Nursey is down, so it's not going to create any Uber advantage, but at least they're not going to be holding on to Uber, as the Dr. Phil's kind of peeking out here. Actually might be caught out by the Heavy. Yeah, he is. Freaky pushing up around the corner. Medic running away for his life, but we got that level 3 back up, but finally they do. Nope. Spoke to see Ruhi taking down Freaky here, as they are just resetting on this point. But you know, people I kind of see in chat here, people talking about this map is boring and stuff like that, but really there hasn't been an effective push. There's no aggression out of the offense. This map, really, you have to be aggressive, you have to be timed, you have to be coordinated, and we're not seeing that out of PremTech. But here comes the Soldier, last-ditch effort going down to the medic. He goes down as well, and you know, it just you can't play this last passively. You can't just push in at one angle. Cobbs does take down the Heavy here, and finally we're seeing some aggression out of the offense, and look at what they're taking a lot of ground because of it. Heavy does not see the Soldier directly behind him. He's going to get whipped down. No, Freaky actually takes down Damn Easy. But again, they're down so many numbers, but look at how much ground they're taking off this aggression they're having at the last, that desperation is working for them. They need that earlier, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to go into overtime here as the map time is literally over. If nobody pushes the cart within 5 seconds, that is the round end. And if Stacked is able to cap the 4th point, they're going to win this round. So PremTech, not the strongest opening there. I think like Stacked really figured out their number and figured out what they were doing and counteracting that. And there's a lot of teams in Highlander where the mentality is that you play off of picks, right? You play off an advantage, but what happens if neither team has an advantage? It's always easier to defend than it is to attack. If anyone's been through the army and learned like army strategy, if one guy is defending a hill, you need 3 guys to take that one guy because he's defending and it's easier. So how'd you do that when 9 people are defending? You need, how many? 9 times 3? 20 something? I'm good with math.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
27. You need 27 people. you gotta hire a couple of more mercs, man. No, but I mean like you gotta like if we don't have an Uber, they don't have an Uber. We can push because it's equal. You don't need an Uber to push this. However, if they have an Uber defending, it's gonna be a lot harder. But I would really like to see some more like suicide plays. They seem to be like looking for an opening, and if they aren't 100% sure, they're like, oh yeah, we can push on this. They don't, and they wait. And when you wait, you let the red team win.
Yeah, and we saw it with the desperation at the end there, is that as soon as they started getting desperate, started getting aggressive, it actually really threw Stacked off their game. Excuse me. I'm sorry, PremTech off their game. And they started to like not have a good hold, and if they did that earlier, they started getting that aggression, it threw them off. I don't know. They could have done a lot better with getting more aggressive, but that's the last round. Here we are. They only need 4 minutes for the first 3 points to be able to win the game, or if they cap all 4 points, they will win this round, and we'll go into overtime here as the cart is being pushed up, but Medic is still not shown his head.
Oh, Carlonso with the triple kill, killing everybody that was on the cart with the bicycle. Man, he was just waiting in the bush, and he got all of them really quickly. That was a pretty good spy play. Yeah.
And when you can get a triple kill in high level play, you did something right. That's really hard for not to have one person turn around and get you. Really good setup by him, as it looks like we're going to see an Uber exchange.
Yeah, Uber coming in. Stack doing the wise choice of sending a Pyro in first. Pyro can do a lot of damage here, and look at this. Pyro's in, using the Homewrecker on the gun. Nice strategy there. Let's see if they can keep the pressure up. The gun is being repaired. Oh, the gun gets taken out. Nice work there. Because that's what you got to do with the Uber. You got to spend it on something, and now they spent the Uber on getting the sentry. They did not get the engineer, so now it's up to Cobbs if he decides to hold or if he's going to move back. And looks like he's going to hold. I think that's a level 1, and he's going to be rebuilding it. So unless Stack puts on some pressure, this gun is going to be a level 3 in a few seconds here. Let's see, I'm guessing in 13 seconds or something like that.
Almost. Actually, some rollers. Nice. Somebody did their homework ahead of time, knowing how to roll that gun. But actually, here comes the aggression out of the team without an Uber. Heavy does go down. Freak was doing a good job there. Pyro doing his best, but he goes down as well, as they're just going to take this hill for free. Some stickies from the defense coming out, but they're going to opt just to back out. And this demo needs to be careful here.
Hardy, he has to make a tough choice. Does he get the engineer or does he get the medic? And the answer is he gets none. He gets none. He gets taken out by the rescue ranger from Cobbs. Yeah. A bit of a hesitation there from the spy. He was like, oh, I can either stab the medic or get the engineer on the gun. Which one do I get? And he could have gotten either, and he would have been fine.
But he got neither.
Yeah, he got neither. So there you go. Can't have your cake. You need it too. Something.
So here we go. Second hold in force. A gun is being repaired as it's being stickied off, almost being taken down. But finally, the Wrangler does come up here as they're starting to take the ground. Hard does get taken down from a nice shot from Tutorial as the cart is finally reaching the little, I don't know what you call it, the turning area? I don't know if there's a name for it, but
Really actually got a nice opening frag on the Pyro, and that's like an opening frag. So that means no air blast. That means you can basically just go wherever you want. And also, look at Hard. He's also behind enemy lines. I thought he was going to be.
Oh, look at that L. Look at the demo in heavy right now from offense.
Oh,
they're underneath.
Doing so much damage. Oh, the gun is a bullet sponge, and he picks it up, and he gets taken out by Damn Easy. He had enough of these engineers' super repair shenanigans. Takes him out, and the Ubers are exchanged.
Medic's in a really bad spot right now with the demo. Demoman actually trying to jump away. Spy in on the demo in Medic. His Dead Ring is going to go off here, but Boo's going to take this card and they actually have a chance to win the round right now. Scout in on the medic right now. Oh, he's going to get one nice shot off, but not able to complete it here as the card is going to be pushed up and the combo's so far over.
He wants to kill. He gets the demo. He's just going to take some time, reload, and this medic is done. Taking him out. And Sorix here with the demo kill. Oh, he's not done. He's going to get the NG as well. No, just kidding. Susie, the flying raccoon, stole that kill. But Sorix is still here. And now he's going to run away because there's a heavy there, and there's not much you can do about a spun heavy in an open area as a scout.
They need to throw bodies at this cart or they're going to win the game right now.
Yeah.
Spy decloaks on the cart, 12 seconds. Nope, they're going to cap it, and that's a victory towards Stacked, and we're going to be at 1-1.
Yeah. Stacked did something very good there. They kept the opposing team's numbers low while they capped. And that is something you can spend because, like, Team Fortress 2, we don't really have, like, an economy in terms of in the game because there's like no money. You just have respawn waves and you work on players. So basically your currency is basically like ures and getting kills, and you got to spend money to make money, so you got to spend a couple of players to maybe get one of them to go for 2 for 1, right? Let's see, if you spend 2 guys and each of those gets 2 for 1 and they both die, you've killed 4 people on the other team, right? Kind of hard to do, but you got to gang up and stuff.
Well, there's also like the idea of like spawn advantages. So if you go 1-to-1, you actually went like 1 to 1.2 because you're going to spawn faster than the other person, and so you actually created this very small advantage for your team every time you trade. And then there's also like value of players, like killing the medic is. I don't know. It's actually kind of an interesting way of thinking about it. I never thought about it in that way, but it makes sense.
Because it got to be like if your team are pretty even and neither team has an advantage, it's like, if I send in the soldier, either we lose the soldier or he gets someone. And regardless of who he gets, you have to do something. So entry frags could be any class, really. You just got to be like, oh yeah, they don't have a scout. Let's play in a way that makes it hurt for them since they don't have a scout, like going on the flank. If they don't have a pyro, it means you can go around and you can stay in corridors. If they don't have a sniper, you can stay in the open. If you have a spy, you don't have to worry about checking your backs or looking for suspicious teammates and all that kind of stuff. So regardless of who you get, you can like change your style. But there's a lot of teams that don't do that, where they just play the same way regardless of who they kill. Like they kill maybe the pyro and they don't act like if the pyro's dead. They act if the pyro is alive, kind of like of fear. Like, oh yeah, they got so much, let's not attack, and they actually got nothing. They're bluffing. There's also a lot of teams that's good at bluffing. Especially we see that with some heavies. Some heavies, it can sometimes be hard to get a fix on how much damage you've done to a heavy if he's being healed. And sometimes, like if the heavy's running away, he has low health, but if he stays, he has a lot of health. And you shoot him, and it's like, why isn't he running away? Oh, maybe he has this much health. Oh, you gotta run away, and the heavy survives with like 3 health, and he's like poker facing it,
Yeah, I get scared when I see a heavy spun up, but sometimes you'll get your one shot because he's just bluffing. He's at one shot, but it's like sometimes you get that kill.
Usually you have a lot of teammates that like they call the damage they do, but you never know if the player has like picked up a health pack or gotten some heals or eaten a sandwich or something. But yeah, there's been cases where like a spun up heavy has like unspun himself when he met another heavy, even though he would have won the battle, and just because he didn't know how much health he had.
Yeah.
So
mind games. That's I think that kind of beautiful thing, and that's why I have played so much TF2 over my life, and why I love TF2 so much, is that the game, at least in Highlander especially, is so fluid as a game mode. I mean, there's so many different variables that come into play in your choices that you make and how you react and respond to it that, there's formulas and there's strategies and there's metas, but ultimately how you interact in every single instant is completely different every time, and that's kind of why I love the game. So yeah, if that pyro is down, and then you also have positioning on the flank, then you might do a different kind of a push than if the sniper was down, and like that kind of a thing. And every time it's different. And I don't know, I feel like we're seeing out of particularly PremTech on that last push, it's just like they're trying to do the same thing over and over again. I mean, different angles, but still the same idea. And you can't do that. You got to be like, if something's not working, you need to ask yourself in the game, what do we need to do different? What do we need to do different? And we're just not really seeing that out of them. I mean, when they had the advantage, they did a really good job on capitalizing it. But I think you see the true goodness of teams of when they get stuck. Can they put the kitty litter under the tires? Can they like get themselves unstuck? That's what the truly great teams can do. And I was kind of sad to see PremTech not be able to do that for that last point, to be able to do it. But we also saw Stack get stuck as well until the last point, though they were able to finally to get it. And I think Barn Blitz is kind of a good example of that, or 5CP maps. The same thing. A lot of people criticize Highlander and 5CP as being boring. No, you're just not playing it right. If it's a boring 5 CP map, that means you're playing it too passively and you're playing it too slow. That means you're doing it wrong.
It's like if you want to do martial arts and be like, no, I'm not going to do martial art if I'm going to make a move that makes the other guy hit me. But, you know, sometimes you got to do some punches and get punched back, and then eventually come out on top. Watch Rocky, I recommend. Because it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and then keep going. Because if not, the soldier's just going to keep your Uber at a permanent 0.
You know
So
what, I feel like
changed
this
it a
is
little
the start
bit
of a new GPS video.
to make it sound better, but it's just it's so good in my head, you know. But there's just so far a path from my brain to my mouth to your ears. That sounded also weird in my... That sounded fine in my head, but weird when it came out. Anyway, I've been told they've read it up, and we should be going live pretty soon, so hopefully we get to see the final round here. Let's see if I can bring up the stats from the last round. Let's see here. Mado, top fragging here as we go into the setup phase here. Top fragger this round is Tutorial with 11. Ruhi not even on the top board there, so he's not doing as well as he did before. Of course, we see... I was just going to say, we look at the stats and we see both snipers at a good solid 0, and that's because the round has, you know, reset, and scores have been reset too. But after the game, of course, we will take a look at the logs if they're presented to us, and now we're going to change teams again. Because rules and stuff.
So let's see, they're...
60 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, so it looks, because my understanding is that the team with the fastest time
Yeah, and they
gets
also
to choose.
Yeah, all right. Well, they also switched out the engineer. Now Quintosh is playing for PremTech, who's actually a pretty good demo. So that's interesting. Gotta get Merc. Maybe some technical difficulties or people having to go. Other stuff, maybe like their house is on fire, like BRB tornado, or BRB Civil War if you live somewhere specific in the Europe.
Something like just one of those casual things, you know.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing the backwards teleport. It looks like, or no, maybe we are. I thought I heard him set up something beforehand, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm not really sure if that's going to go up
He's gonna
here.
have a backwards teleporter, I think. Let's see. Where? He put it on the near the health pack up top there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right up there. That's kind of where I like to, if I do a backwards teleporter.
Yeah.
'Cause you know, it's because you can also use it as a forward teleporter in the future as well.
Usually what I do whenever I play engineer, I'm not a main engineer, but I just build the exit and then I don't build an entrance. So the next time I die, I build my entrance at the spawn and then do it sometimes.
Yeah.
So we will see here. Gates are open. The round started. Let's see some spam coming in from Dr. Phil. Let's take a look here.
Stack's been doing a good job, who are currently on offense. They put their pyro in with the Uber on the hill right away, which creates ground for the combo to push behind it. And it looks like we're going to actually see that again. Pyro in up first with the Uber, doing the air blasting combo, pushing up directly behind. That gun goes down like butter. Pyro gets caught out here, and actually the red Uber is better, but they're the ones running away. Beep chasing down the demo, who's actually caught out here, isn't able to get away. He's going to go down, and wow. What a devastating push here, but Shadowburn behind the combo. No, he's going to run away as well as the cart's being pushed up, and that's textbook. That was pretty right there, that push.
Yeah, really pretty. It's so awesome that my TF2 crashed. So I'm going to try and get back into the game. You just radio cast what's happening.
Yeah, so the cart being pushed right now. We got ×2 on it as it's pushing forward, but the combo is way, way ahead of the cart right now, already taking the upper area of second here, going up the stairs. Spy on the lower area, 1v1 with the Scout, does lose to the Scout as Sorix is trying to take ground with the Demo Man. Demo is actually going to camp spawn at the second spawn area as the Pyro and Demo, I'm trying to find out where, like, the heck everybody is. They're all dead, ladies and gentlemen. The Demo Man is camping. But he's already backed off. Tutorial is going to get an angle on the cart here. But the blue players, they're actually in the left-hand house, already pushing up again to that spawn area where they're coming up. The entire team is up, but I think they're waiting in spawn. No, they got transported back to the final area here, and their third point is going to go down 1:43 for the first 2 points, as they're going to get third point for free here. Might even be able to take the first 3 points in the first 2 minutes. Which would be absolutely insane here. Uber does come off for the offensive team here as it's coming in over the top, but not being very effective here. It was kind of a strange pop. Looked like the medic got forced as they're going to come back and start pushing up the cart.
Yeah, cart's moving up to the third point. Sorry about that. We lost the entire action on the second point, but I do believe it was pretty swift. So let's see here if PremTech is able to muster a defense here. Let's say Quintosh is building on the high ground at the very far back, a very pub spot. We haven't seen it used this game so far, I think, other than mini sentries perhaps. See Meito here in the front. We have Super Sniper Ruhi, super out of position and getting sniped by Carlazzo. Ambassador. Nursey about to hit 100% Uber, getting pressured by Hard there, and he goes away, and it's going to be using the Dead Ringer to go away, and Spicicle to sneak around. Gotta be careful, he can't stab anyone, but oh, look at this, Dispenser Denial. And he's like, alright, I'm just going to heal and try and get past, but he can't, because he's going to have to sap it, and now the Engineer knows, and yeah, he's on him. Gotta be careful, though. Wax him with the... Oh, but he's not dead. Does he know?
Medic down. Tutorial taking out the medic right there with a very nice snipe.
Yeah,
That's gonna... The Nursey's sitting on a full Uber charge, and yeah, it looks like Dwarf's gonna have to wait to respawn here, as looks like the spy gets spotted out, and yeah, Sork's doing a good... I mean, Sork's has been trying to just kind of find weird spots to get in on the combo, but yeah, the defense now is fully set up here, so we'll give Stack now another chance to prove themselves to see if they can push through this final point.
Yeah, I think if they set a good time and just really muster a solid defense on the last point, this is probably going to be a quote-unquote free win if they can do that. But I think PremTech is very much aware of this, because that's why they're spending so much time on getting this last point secured and not really spending all that much on the second point and the third point. So like the Engineer is super well protected. Like getting a hold of the Engineer is going to be really tough, especially with the Dispenser down there. You had to focus fire down the gun from afar, and that's going to be really hard with the Wrangler and its bullet spongy abilities. And,
yeah, actually,
hey, look at
Shadowburn.
Shadowburn. Didn't know you can actually stand on top of here, but you actually can.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is scary. Oh, he's down on the medic and gets the force. A very early Uber pop. Very nice play there. And I also think that Nursey's Uber was forced or spent as well in the meantime. So neither team has an Uber. This is an excellent opportunity to push, according to us.
Yeah, it is. Well, they got a really good job. They're actually pushing from multiple angles. They got the locker area, upper balcony, and also through main. Gun is still live, but does go down to damn easy. Shadowburn jumping in onto the medic. He's trying to chase him down. Rocket jumping over the top, but that's Carlos taking down the medic, and only 3 alive for the offense here. As we're probably going to see a reset, but Sorix, oh! Tutorial saving his medic's life. Medic down to 30 HP. Sorix gets headshot. That's the scout. And very clutch play here, keeping Nursey with that Uber advantage. As, yeah, I mean, we're going to have time to get the reset up here. But, you know, they also could just start pushing right now. Nursey does not have Uber, but I don't really like this hold out of PremTech. I mean, now I guess they're doing it better, but they keep, like, backing off. They keep playing passive. They need to keep that aggressive hold just like they have right now. And the card is moving back.
So the Engineers on mini centers. Quintosh had enough of this shenanigans. He's going to go Frontier Justice Gunslinger, and is he running the Wrangler as well? Yeah, he's running the Wrangler, so going full Engineer update load here, and he also has a Dispenser here that's going to help out with the heals up top. And just having a Dispenser just saves the medic a lot of time and keeps your teammate ready to fight here, because there isn't really all that much ammo. That means the demos and the others can spam a lot more. And it's going to be a different way to approach this. Let's see Sorix here taking out the mini sentry. Oh, here they come. Got the Uber ready.
You can see here both angles. We got lockers in the right-hand side. Ubers do get exchanged out over the top. Heavy actually falling down onto the cart. Much better Uber for the red team here, as the Heavy is actually able to take out the other. Susie does go down. Mini sentry and sniper and soldier in the locker area, but that goes down right away. They're a little bit slow on that push with their team, and Nursey did go down in that exchange. And Ruhi with another snipe onto the scout there. Soldier jumping up. Shadow taking down the gun and the sniper. And Mister clearing out that area as
Beep fixing the teleporter and killing the spy with the telefrag. You know, as you do as a pyro. That was pretty amazing. Save this engine out of a lot of trouble. Oh, Dr. Phil getting launched in the air there and taken out by a mini sentry. Creepy here also in a very good spot to do some damage. It's going to go up top. See here what the...
do have a big Uber advantage out of the offense right now.
Yeah. Like, if they just spend players to keep the opponent numbers low, they can definitely do a lot with this Uber. Unless they just get too careful, which it looks like what they're doing. They're gathering together, just waiting. They're not mobilizing. Yeah, now they lost the pyro. Beep's gone. They're going to go with this Uber anyway and see what they can get here. Uber coming in. The other team is up top. They're fairly well protected. Sniper's trying to work the angle, not going to happen, and that would be a great time to just push the cart.
Scout, soldier on medic. Takes him down as he's trying to run away, and combo gets completely annihilated. Yeah. Pushing that angle is so hard. So
Yeah.
hard to do solo.
Yeah, but look at this. The cart's moving. I mean, Sorix, he's getting easily distracted here. I think he could have moved the cart a lot further than he did. There was a lot of people who were just running around the cart and not really pushing it. I mean, if you're able to push the cart a little bit, do some damage, and then get killed, you've actually worked towards the objective here. And I think it goes for min-maxing, like maximizing every time you can push the cart. You will actually get pretty darn close, and then the other team will back off more because they won't want to be too far away from the cart.
Just as we're saying, this looks like Blue is starting to take that upper area. Uber does come off on the Engineer and Heavy now. Freaky does take out... No, he doesn't take out the Spy, but the Uber is trying to do something. Freaky very, very aggressive. And actually, he goes down for that aggression. And there's actually nobody up for the combo right now. Medic is by himself. Just with the Scout and Engineer with the crits. So the combo is actually on the offense. Is going to take the upper area right now. They have an Uber ready to go. Here they come in. Oh my god, that medic is being chased down. Does go down. Nursey is down. Only Shadowburn is really in a decent angle to do anything to slow down this push. They do have numbers on red, but not at a good angle. Mini Sentry does cover the cart, and oh, the Heavy goes down. Tutorial with a nice headshot onto the Heavy. Only 3 alive for the offense, and they are going to hold firm here. Wow.
They, once again, they didn't push the cart as much as they could. I mean, they could have stood on the cart and shot the others, but they decided to stay around it. I feel also Sorix also got a bit distracted there. Sorix did some nice work there, but didn't really pay off too well.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing they did is they had a medic. They had a little sentry up on the right-hand side. They had a soldier on defense up in the locker area. So they had 3 different areas they were, like, kind of kiting that Uber from. And I think that really spread out that push. But, like, they couldn't focus damage on the push, which then, you know, they basically kind of just lost everybody eventually. I was kind of surprised. I thought they were going to be able to take it there. But again, we're going to see a reset here. And Stack now proving himself struggling again to push into this final point here. As the cart is moving back. Come on, just touch the cart. There you go. And we'll see if they're able to come out here with another push with 80% Uber, about even Ubers right now.
Yeah, some chip damage coming in here. Actually taking down Nursey to about half health there with some rockets. Just going to grab the health once again. And both teams have Ubers once again. The attacker is, you know, being a bit passive. They're looking for that opening that we kind of concluded doesn't exist on this map. So you kind of just got to go in with everybody at the same time and see what happens, really. If you catch the enemies while they're reloading or something like that, it's pretty good. Let's see. They're sending hard first. He's going to go in and just get spotted immediately by the sniper and then killed by the Incendiary's shotgun. Not the best opener there, but they do have a number advantage. There's 2 down, and now there's 2 down for the attacker, so they lost their demo as well. A lot of players going down.
Medic just trying to get out. He's actually being air blasted against the wall. Finally does get out, mate. What are you seeing?
No, I'm just saying, like, they start to align pretty well, and yeah, this looks good. They got a mini sentry up that's being wrangled, that's being able to do chip damage. They got the sniper on the cart. Hardly any support for him, though. It's going to be tough. Mista here turtling forward and then losing the gun here. But look at this. Like, the sniper just basically been standing on the cart, and look how far the cart got. Just by
this, I think
there.
this is it.
Yeah, this might be it. You just got to keep people on the cart there. Take the damage, you know. Get hit and keep standing. Girardi on the cart.
Rocky coming down right here.
Yeah.
Rocky cuts out in the middle of the game.
Hearing the
Cart's so close. They're not getting the kills. They're not getting the frags they need. The respawns came up just in the time. They didn't focus down the spawns. And while they're going to hold this, I'm sorry, Dan Easy's going to try to jump to the cart. Now, what blue team needs to do, they only have a minute left on the clock. They do need to make sure that this cart does not roll back. They have 1, maybe 2 pushes that they can go off and do here. They do have Uber advantage. They can push off of that, but they need to keep this cart forward as it's going to start rolling back here. Actually, Uber's popped off way early. I have no idea what happened there. Must have been a force or something. Here comes in. Downman over the top. Heavy trying to take a good angle. Gun is going to get sapped. Is it going to stay alive? No, entire combo down. Demo does go down to the Spy on defense here. Scout in on the Heavy, but Heavy wins that battle. And they do have weak numbers on both sides. Low health on both sides, but they do have a level 3 gun up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It finally does go down, but Blue losing everybody. 30 seconds left on the clock. Pyro in on the cart, but nope, Tutorial says no to that. And,
wow,
yeah, red team.
Dead players on blue there. This is going to be really tough. See if Sorik's going to be able to do anything. He's really the guy in the front here, and he's battling a soldier here, and he gets some help taking him out, but they're getting distracted. I mean, they have gotten a couple of frags. They gotten the soldier and the scout, not the biggest of picks. 10 seconds left on a clock, plus overtime. Sorks here grabbing the health as well, battling the demo here, spending a lot of time just wasting his time, and then taking him out. Let's see if they're able to do something with this, and nope.
Crits are out.
Crits are out.
Yep.
And,
Oh, that was okay. That was around. Yeah. Okay.
That was around.
I was like,
That was
that's
not
really
in.
weird. They went crits at the last second. That makes much more sense.
It's the new Medigun, the one where you don't heal and you just crits your team all the time. It's
I
made
believe we
by the
call that the
same guy that
Robin
made the
Walker.
Eureka effect. He thought he'd make a good unlock for a change.
Yeah.
Or I mean the guy that rebalanced it. The guy who made it first time was a genius. Speaking of the game, let's see where Mista is going to be building. Does he have a back? Yeah, I think he has a backwards teleporter. Let's play Find the Teleporter. Is it? Yeah, it's there where it used to be.
30 seconds.
The spot that you find pretty weird. Just basically through this wall here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I have my opinions about it. You know, the other thing I'll say too is pushing to the last. One point I didn't hit on earlier is that sometimes you kind of want to play it passively. Like, as you take ground, it's not like you can take all of the ground at once. You kind of, because there's going to be respawns up, you're going to expose yourself if you extend too early. Like, as an engineer, sometimes I'd like to wait for my team to push and then put up a mini at the last second. That covers the area. Anyways, here we go.
You also, yeah, I also wanted to say, like, you can also do the heavy cleanup strategy where heavy is the guy you send in last. Especially if the heavy dies, you can go and start the push, and when the heavy gets there, the push has already gone on, and a lot of players might be weak, and the heavy can do a lot of work there. It can definitely work if you have a Pyro and a demo alive. That can definitely work. You do not need to send in the heavy at first, at every conceivable time. So let's see here. Both teams have Ubered. Neither has been dropped yet. So let's take a look here. Or, I mean, popped, sorry. Or dropped.
Oh, Scout in on the
Juices
medic
in the
here on the
medic,
back
and-
side. Oh,
What?
the drop.
No! I'm sorry. He dropped. Caster's Curse.
Caster's Curse here as the Uber's coming through, and Delman already coming through to the second point. Engineer takes a teleport, but he's 1v1 with the Pyro. I don't think the Rescue Ranger's going to save you here. Yep, he's going to get asked a question. And Soldier and Spy on the cart, holding it back a little bit since it hasn't been capped first, but Delman, Mado, wow, 3 HP, and he's going to stay alive. And Nursey did go down, I believe, in that exchange as well, so he just comes back up, but still going to have a Uber advantage over the medic that dropped. So, yeah. Pyro already forward up here, holding the ground, trying to slow them down so they don't get a good second hold. I'm liking this aggression out of Prem.
Mission ends
Yeah.
in 60 seconds.
Only 60 seconds left to cap the point there, and then we go into this weird other kind of limbo rule set here because neither team has capped fully. I think if they cap the third point before the other team did, they win, but look at the time. I don't think they will be able to do that, so they have to push it all the way. And if they don't, the first team that pushed wins? Or something?
Yeah, so the way that there's two ways that you can win, that Prem can win this game, is they can cap the third point before stacked it, because that's the last point cap. I guess I shouldn't go into it. It's kind of confusing. But basically now the only way they can win is to cap all of the points. That's all they have left now. As actually Dwarf went down again.
Oh, no.
Tomato.
I mean, come on, there's 18 seconds. If they just push the cart and don't jump off of it, they could have...
Possible, true. They are stacking the cart right now, and there is no medical.
Why
life.
is the scout?
Mercy is
Dude,
with
push the
Uber.
cart! What are you doing, Jizzle? Fucking
three on the
ADHD
cart.
medicine, come on!
6 seconds. Are they gonna get it? I don't think they got. If they push a little bit sooner. Wow, they're about 3 seconds
It
off
came
from
down
taking
to...
that.
Oh. I would be furious if he was on my team. I mean, I'm furious now, and I'm just watching it. So, yeah.
Scouts, they just don't like pushing carts. This is what I found. Scouts don't like being team players. They want to do their own thing. But actually, it looks like Dwarf is actually running away here. Spy actually gets taken down. Big headshot at the tutorial here, pushing into this last point. As they're taking a lot of ground. Heavy and Demo do that upper area, but Shadowburn now controls the locker area, jumping in over the top, and he's coming back. Got the black box. A lot of frags coming down in the favor. I guess not anymore, as they're kind of resetting here, but Nursey with a full Uber advantage here, so looks like, don't want to say it, but Prem has a good look here. Are they going to be able to use this 100% Uber advantage to take this last point and win the game? We are currently tied up at 1-1. All comes down to this
they're
final
waiting a lot,
point.
coming in with the Uber very early, spending a lot of it on Maito, who isn't really doing all that much. I mean, he's going to be able to trap
Where's
these
his
players for a
team?
little while, and there you go. I mean, they spent the Uber, and they didn't really... I mean, they got the gun, That's a good thing. The cart is moving, and oh yeah, the numbers are low for them. Never mind, they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it looks like they pushed everybody back into spawn, made it hard for him to come out. Right now, Susie doing everything he can to stay alive. The pocketing is real. Somehow this heavy is not dying. In the top right corner, finally he does go down. Medic's going to go down. Everybody is dead, and that is a win for PremTech right there. A clinical push, taking out everybody. It was kind of that slow push. You know, like they kind of like went in. They didn't get a lot, but they took positioning. And then with that positioning, they took the round, and really nice job out of PremTech. Finally having a really clean push into that last. I think that was their first push into it, and them taking the game 2-1. So congrats to
So Ruby,
PremTech.
Juso, Tutorial all got 7 kills that last round. Mato with a good 6, and Sorix on 5. So pick classes, I get scouts are kind of turning into that now. Top damaging was Dr. Phil on 2nd, and Mato on 1st with 2,977 compared to Dr. Phil's 1,900, so a bit different. So let's see if we're going to be able to get the logs there. But yeah, overall a pretty good game. I did not think that PremTech would take it. I mean, judging from like the push that Stack did the earlier round, and then suddenly Stack not being able to cap fully, that was really strange.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of a strange game. It kind of kept coming into these weird kind of bottlenecks where you'd see, like, I mean, Stacked takes the first 3 points in 2 minutes, which is a ridiculous time. I don't even know if I've seen a time faster than that. I mean, it was like ridiculous. And then they're unable to push the last. You know, they couldn't get it together. And then Prem coming in here, they get the pick on the medic, they do that, and then, you know, Prem did a really good job rolling into last. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, both teams basically, if they had a roll, they're really good at working off of that roll. But as soon as any team came stuck, you know, like, they weren't able to do it. Neither team could really figure out how to push into last properly. And PremTech ultimately got lucky with a good pick on the medic in the last and was able to roll off of that and take the game. But yeah, I said I was a little bit surprised myself, but I don't know, at the same time, they played well. I mean, PremTech definitely deserves this win.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe they finally redeemed themselves, that PremTech deserves to be in Prem, like they can finally live up to their name now. Having beaten Stacked, who were pretty good. It was an even match, and PremTech came out on top, so congrats to them, and also thanks to you, Sigafoo, for casting with me, getting the time to catch the cast. To you guys for watching, man, I'm just really good with catching falling balls. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be casting more in the future, and we'll see you guys next time.